What's up? It's Cyclonus, and I am here again with some more Xbox news. Now, I was not going to touch on this topic or about this information or article, just like I wasn't going to touch on the information about, what Phil was saying about the console wars and how he didn't like it, and he found it distasteful. I didn't make a video on that, but I was very aware of the article. But this latest interview with Phil Spencer and GeekWire, so when I actually looked at the interview, I kind of I got different thoughts from it, different ideas, or just the whole interview in general. So I kind of dissected the interview in my own mind, and I wasn't going to do a video on it. I really wasn't even going to speak on it. I was just going to act like it didn't really exist, but it was just too good. I want to talk about it real quick. And this was in a recent panel at the 2015 GeekWire Summit. Spencer briefly talked about the hit that the company took as a result of some words and actions from executives. The Xbox head also shared his thoughts on the constant battle between, the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4, and whether he thinks if the Xbox One could overtake the PlayStation 4 in sales. When Phil Spencer took over Microsoft, right, the Xbox One was not in great shape. It had suffered slightly from a confusing reveal that had fans angry at the always online focus. But this was 2013, and about 2 months later, Matrick left Microsoft to become CEO at Zynga. We all know what happened with that episode, but lucky enough, Microsoft appointed Phil Spencer as the head of the Xbox division. The Xbox head also shared his thoughts on the constant battle between the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4, and whether he thinks if the Xbox One could overtake the PlayStation 4 in sales. So all of Matrick's policies were all scrapped before the console even launched. But to me, so far, Spencer has put the brand back in better shape than ever. Spencer believes that the damage to the Xbox One is still in effect. Speaking at the GeekWire Summit, Spencer spoke about losing customers and how he is still trying to regain trust. And he also mentioned that he does read gaming blogs and Twitter and other websites to see what people are saying about the Xbox One. And he did add that he isn't trying to beat Sony at the moment though. We're not motivated by beating Sony, he said. We're motivated by gaining as many customers as we can. Folks, listen closely. The key words here: they are not trying to beat Sony now. The key words are now. It seems to me they are not even worried about Sony at all. Right? So imagine when they do focus on beating Sony, what's going to happen? Not good for Sony. I think Spencer has been a breath of fresh air since he took over the Xbox brand. He had no easy task reviving Xbox, but now he does appear to be making good with gamers. And from my take, the community feels a lot more focused about Xbox of late. Now, don't misinterpret what Phil Spencer has said in this interview. We all kind of know Phil's character. He is genuinely a good guy and very focused, and he knows he's in the public's eye and is very careful of what he says. So ponies, stay in the stables. Don't get your hooves all dirty. this is not any victory or win for Sony or PlayStation. Even if the PlayStation 4 only sold one console, Phil would say the same thing. It's in his nature to always be fair and non-biased no matter the situation. And he doesn't want to play dirty like Sony has been doing this whole current generation so far. Cause oh boy, if he did, Sony would be done. Cause Microsoft could corner the whole gaming market to the point where every third-party game would get Rise of the Tomb Raider treatment. PlayStation fanboys, you know what I'm talking about. But sometimes, Phil, you have to fight fire with fire. But Phil has an image, and remember, how you are perceived by the public means everything. To me, it looks like Phil is tired of the bullshit with Sony and really doesn't understand how Sony is selling so many PlayStation 4 consoles with lies and gimmicks and nothing to offer from a technical or gaming aspect. Phil looks like he's in disbelief when the Xbox One is superior in every way imaginable. So looks like Microsoft will be hitting Sony with the big guns in 2016. So Phil, just keep doing what you're doing, because you're doing an incredible job at Microsoft for the Xbox brand, and I couldn't be happier with my Xbox One. And keep smacking Sony and the PlayStation brand with innovation and advancement, and oh yeah, the games too, because that's what Sony lacks so much, and that's the key to victory. But in my eyes, Xbox already has beat Sony easily. Tell me what you think. I will leave a link to this article down below. I am Cyclonus, and my opinion counts.